Alright, I believe we're live. Hello everybody, it's me, Scoop, and welcome to Scoop Reviews Live. We haven't done this in quite a while, but we're back. No face cam for today. I switched around my entire setup a pretty significant amount. When it comes to my next video, you're probably not going to be able to tell too much, but just for my own personal usage, it is significantly better. I'm also switching from recording on my iPhone to recording on my actual camera because I really should be taking advantage of that. So hopefully that you will be able to tell in the next video, and hopefully my lighting is a little bit better and stuff like that, but overall, nothing too crazy. Anyway, I stole my thumbnail from, I believe it's the Collider website. I don't really know. Also, I don't really care because it worked perfectly for what I'm doing. And this is a pretty chill live stream, so yeah. No face cam for now. Still trying to figure it out. I cannot seem to get my actual camera to... Interesting. Do I have a... I don't have a solar machine gun. I don't care. We'll get there later. I can't seem to get my actual camera to work as a sort of... What's the word I'm looking for here? A webcam? Yeah, that's what it is. So I was trying to use my GoPro, but the GoPro is a little old, and it's also very dead because I haven't used it in a minute. So just no face cam. It doesn't really matter. Nobody really cares. Nobody's gonna be watching this anyway, so it do be like that sometimes. Anyway, I have the chat open. I will be watching in case any of you guys do pop in. Hopefully somebody does. But yeah, we're just gonna be playing a 50 bomb of Onslaught because Onslaught is actually a lot of fun. Like I think I mentioned, I just made this Solar Hunter build that I'm eager to test out. Gotta go with the Solar Sparrow, of course. Need a different shader though. This one's ugly. What? Dang, this is just an ugly sparrow, bro. Alright, whatever. Okay, did I spawn in late? Are we mid-round here? What's going on here? Oh, no, I want a fresh... We're 10 minutes... Nah, dog. I want a fresh run. Get out of here. Get out of here. Ain't no way, bro. I need all the weapons I can get, dog. I'm on that into the light grind because I didn't realize a lot of these weapons are going away. Okay, yeah. So, anyway... Nope. There it is. So, yeah, for Scoop Reviews Live, we're going to be doing The Fall Guy and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I know Jerry Seinfeld is also on that thumbnail from the Unfrosted movie. I haven't watched the Unfrosted movie because it looks like it's him and Amy Schumer. Hold on, let me look up the cast real quick. Hold on. I apologize for the ears of my microphone. I mean, I apologize for your ears. My keyboard is right in my microphone, and it's so loud. Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld, Melissa McCarthy, and Amy Schumer right up front is not giving me any interest in this movie. Jerry Seinfeld, he's definitely fallen off, which I think this movie has definitely opened that conversation on, that he's a little out of touch. Melissa McCarthy is very hit or miss, but having her as a secondary character, very big chance of a miss. And Amy Schumer, I don't know if that warrants any explanation. I mean, are we mid-round again, bro? Or oh no, we're securing the you gotta secure the Adieu launch point. Here's a question: does anyone actually call it the Adieu, or is it just the ADU? Because I call it the Adieu as a joke, but it really is just the ADU. So yeah, Unfrosted. Can't imagine myself watching that anytime soon. I don't know, maybe I'll check it out. I've been working on my home theater setup. I got like an outdoor projector. I sit in a lounge chair. I just use a speaker, honestly, no like crazy sound system. It's pretty nice. Can take it down, put it up in like 15 minutes. Not too shabby. Takedown is actually a lot quicker. The setup just takes a minute to get everything together. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll throw on Unfrosted and do a little video on it if it's bad enough or good enough. Honestly, I haven't uploaded in a really long time because I've been having a YouTube channel identity crisis, which kind of mixes in with a lack of desire to make content when you don't really know what you want to make exactly. I do love making my movie reviews. I feel like I really do get better with each and every one. Like, my Monster House one was the last one I've done almost a year ago now. And I am really proud of that video. Obviously, like, every time I finish one of these, I upload it and I think it's amazing. And then I look back a couple of weeks or even months later and I'm like, would have made a couple of noticeable changes here and there. But for the most part, I like it. So that's how I feel about Monster House. If you go far enough back, I kind of hate some of my old videos. Not like I look at them and I'm like, oh, these are dog water. It's just like, I know I can do better, and I would like to do better. So that's sort of been the part of the identity crisis, is how can I do something different and better than what I've been doing? Because as much as I've liked what I've been doing, it's very similar to a lot of other content on YouTube, which is a problem because if you can't differentiate yourself, there's not really a point. Oh, let's go, dude! Sunshot Masterwork. Yeah. Wow. That is Destiny for you, man. Real distracting video game here. Sick, dude! I didn't even realize I got all the anti-champion mods on with each of my guns. Oh my god. Okay. Well, didn't really do a good job with that rocket, but that's okay. So it's how can I do, with changing my YouTube channels, how can I do something different than my competition, and how can I do something better than what I've been doing before? And I really haven't gotten to that answer yet. Something I think it's an angle that I'm looking into is both a more positive, I said that weirdly, a more positive, but also a more critical lens. A lot of YouTubers focus heavily on the comedy in their videos, which of course, I mean, it makes sense. It's what keeps people watching. It's why I love a lot of the YouTubers I do love. But I mean, I also have enormous amounts of respect for let's say the Chris Stuckman of movie reviewers, the ones who really do know what they're talking about and are truly passionate about the subject of film. I feel like I'm in this sort of in-between where you have your YouTubers like Cosmonaut Variety Hour and Mr. Gigi and guys like that, where from a filmmaking perspective, they're not the best critics. They're more of enjoying a good story and enjoying the media of it, which is part of where I'm at. But the other half is I really do have a deep appreciation for the art, and I would like that to shine through in my videos. So I'm really trying to find that balance. And the other part is I would really like to be a lot more positive in my videos. I noticed an overwhelming majority of my videos are negative reviews, or I spend much more time, even if I like the movie, talking about its negatives than I do the positives. Which, on one hand, the analogy that I think SkillUp who I think is probably the best reviewer on the platform, gaming, tech, film, otherwise, he says it's like you sort of have to you sort of have to be more critical in a negative way than a positive way in your reviews, because you want the media you're consuming to be better. And it's kind of like praising stuff like having a very strong story or having good camera work or this and that. It's kind of like praising a boxer for lacing up his gloves after he lost a fight, where the movie has its flaws and you want to point them out. I'm sorry, I sort of lost the, I got a little too far from the argument there. Scope's point is that you have to be critical enough because you don't want to be in a situation where it's like a boxer lost a fight but you're praising him for lacing up his gloves, something every boxer has to do. So the film equivalent would be having a solid story, having good camera work, good acting, blah, 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 blah. Everything should be good in a movie. That's the point, to make it the best it possibly can be. So people get sort of critical and harsh on a film because at the end of the day, they sort of want it to be better, but I think it's very easy for that to go from being critical to being negative, and there is definitely a difference. And so something I'm trying to explore with some practice reviews and stuff is how can I be critical while maintaining positivity? I haven't quite found it yet, and when I do figure it out, the videos will start to return. I have some videos I would like to make this summer on both new and older movies. And hopefully I will get those done in the way that I intend. But for now, I will be doing Scoop Reviews Live because it's nice to just play video games, kick back, talk about the movies I've seen recently with kind of just giving my thoughts. They don't have to be too thoughted out and whatnot. Just chill, just nice and chill, the way I like it to be. So yeah, with that very long intro and sort of channel update out of the way, let's start with The Fall Guy, because I saw that movie before I saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So, thoughts on The Fall Guy? I liked The Fall Guy, alright? Fall Guy it's been getting some positive word of mouth. And I'm also on the same bandwagon that it's kind of goofy that they've already released the movie digitally when it's only been in theaters for like 2.5 weeks. Like, it hasn't even been a full 3 weeks as far as I know. So the fact that you can now just go on your TV and buy it really doesn't sit right with me, because I mean, if you really think about it, why would you go spend $20 to $40 on like 2 to 3 tickets to a movie? 2 to 3 is $20 to $40. When you could pay a solid 20, own the movie forever in HD, watch it at home with as many people as you want, as many times as you want. Really, the only people who are going to go to the theater are the people who really value the theater experience. And for a movie like The Fall Guy, I don't know, man. It's not some high piece of art. It really doesn't demand the theater experience. But at the same time, every movie kind of demands the theater experience. I mean, there's a reason we have movie theaters. And we didn't just start with television, you know what I mean? It's meant to be an event. And The Fall Guy is something that I think works pretty well for getting butts in seats. It doesn't have to be this big opening weekend where everyone goes and rushes to see it because it's the next big pop culture event. It's just a solid movie people are talking positively about, and when people have a minute, I'm sure a lot of them would have liked to go to the theater and see it. Damn, I'm sort of on the bandwagon now that I want to make, or the train of thought that I want to start criticizing how awful the movie theater going experience has gotten, because by golly gee, it is really in the pooper at the moment. But I'm gonna try just to focus on the Fall Guy for now. So I would say I want to get the negatives out of the way before I start talking about the positives. We're gonna do a bit of a reverse, because usually you get the positives out of the way and then you tear into the stuff you didn't like. Really, my one complaint about the movie is that it's too goddamn long. Now you might be wondering, how long is The Fall Guy? It's like 2 hours and 5 minutes. It's really not that long. But for the story that they wanted to tell, this movie is too goddamn long, okay? For some reason, there's like 3 third acts. I know it's not. The third act is sort of an overused term for the big finale. Within the story, there's not 3 third acts. But like in terms of the grand finale, there's like 3 grand finales here. And it really bugs me because the first one is the best, the second is the second best, and the third is the worst of the 3. So the movie just progressively gets worse towards the end, which is obviously not what you want. You want it to keep building, but instead it sort of starts winding down. Even though like the film itself feels like it's winding down, even though the story is continuously getting bigger. Like you go from a simple sort of boat chase to like the entire film crew getting involved and helicopter chases and crashes and murder and blah 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 blah. But like in terms of my excitement and like how locked into the movie I was and how excitement's the best way to put it. I was most excited during the boat chase, which is the first of the 3 big final action set pieces. And when it was over, when Ryan Gosling climbs out of the water and the I Was Made for Loving You cover plays, it's a pretty good moment, and honestly it felt like most of his character arc was pretty wrapped up. Obviously the villains haven't fully been taken down yet, but like he has all the answers to the mystery and he escaped from certain death. So it kind of felt like that should have been the ending. They could, when you're dealing with a goofy action comedy, like you don't need some super locked in like logical explanation for how the villain gets taken down. Which we don't even really get in the end. I just kind of imagined, since there's so much running time left, that's what they were going to go for, but no. They just continued doing more goofier action set pieces, and it just didn't really work for me. Wow, I have not blade barraged a single time, and my entire build is about getting frequent blade barrages, so I should really lock the F in here. So yeah, that was really it. Like, it just started dragging by the end because emotionally I felt some resolution before we got to those last 2 set pieces. So the fact that there wasn't even 1 but 2 more really bugged me. Especially the second one almost felt like a gag when the second one wrapped up and almost just immediately went into the third one. I don't even remember too specifically how that happens now because I saw the movie a little while ago. I just remember my mom and my sister wanted to leave the theater so badly, and I was just like, yeah, all right, I'm done. I'm a little bored here. Which is just, it's not a great ending impression, you know? But I think the fact that I don't love the ending all that much, but I still have a very positive view of the movie speaks to how highly I think of the rest of the film. Interesting. Sorry, I just got a text, so I froze up for a second. It's because usually if I hate the ending, I'm going to hate the whole movie. I'm not going to think it's worth it. I finally got into Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I watched this episode that started out really great, and the whole time I was watching it, I was snapping all my friends who forced me to watch Avatar a few days ago, which is why I'm now into it. And I was like, guys, this is a great episode. Oh my god, I am locked in. This is some amazing stuff. And they're like, no, I'm telling you, this episode sucks. This is a terrible episode. You're going to hate the episode. I was like, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. This is great. This is great. This is great. It's the one where Aang has to help those 2 tribes that hate each other cross the gorge. And the whole episode, I'm locked in. And then at the very end, I'm like, all right, this is a little stupid. This is a little goofy. It's a little too on the nose. I don't know if I'm a big fan of this. And then it just kept getting worse. Aang does something really out of character, and he lies to both of the tribes to get their fighting to stop. And it's just like, it's not a very satisfying resolution. It would have been a lot more mature for them to actually or Aang. First of all, Aang's lie in and of itself was really stupid. Wow, I'm going a little into the weeds here. This is pretty unnecessary stuff right now. And the moral of the story, in the ending, there was a reveal, and I thought the reveal was dumb, and then it turned out that the whole reveal was kind of just a lie anyway, and that made me like it even less, because then it's like, why did I just watch all that dumb stuff just for you to fake it out? Just for you to have a fake out? Wow. Anyway. So what about... Wow, I'm really... This is not going too well for me. I'm really off topic now. My point being, a bad ending very easily can destroy a great story, which is what happened in that Avatar episode. But in the case of The Fall Guy, the bad ending doesn't really destroy the great story. I would watch that movie again pretty soon. I'd probably just tune out a little bit, maybe skip through the ending, and that would be that. I would have a good, positive experience of the movie. I really respect that the main goal of the movie was just to highlight how important stunt performers are, because it's something that really, strangely enough, there's all these different little movements of, oh, we got to recognize this, we got to normalize that, blah 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 blah, and I'm mostly focused on film related stuff. Normalize superheroes getting battle damaged, and normalize having just villains who are evil for the sake of being evil with no sympathetic backstory and this and that. Bro, normalize supporting the stunt performers. Like, that is the one thing I feel like everybody pipes down about, is the stunt performer. Even myself, I'm 100% guilty of that. I really never paid any attention to the stunt performers in the movie. After watching The Fall Guy, now I really do want an Oscar for stunt performances, and now I really want to see a lot more behind-the-scenes footage of action movies about how they do stunt performing. I know a lot of them now are very green screen and special effects driven, but there are still stunt guys all over the place doing great work, and they should definitely be recognized more. So I'm glad this movie is a good jumping off point for that. Obviously, I'm not saying it's a great movie just because I like that it's propping up stunt guys. I'm just saying it's a very unique angle to take, because like I said, no one really talks about the stunt guys, and it's a little messed up. So I'm glad not only do they get their moment in the spotlight, but they actually get their moment in the spotlight through a really fun and enjoyable action comedy. Ryan Gosling obviously is doing a great job as the Fall Guy. I'm gonna have to look up his name in a moment. I have no idea what it is. Calling him the Fall Guy is pretty, I kind of like that though. And it's like, it's Ryan Gosling, bro. Like, you know he's gonna be doing a fantastic job, and he does. He does. He's just such a great actor for so many reasons, man. He has so much range. Like, he could be so dramatic. He could be so funny. He could be anywhere in between. He could be the wealthiest, richest, slickest guy on the planet. He could be some down in the dumps nobody. He's just a great actor, man. And here, you know, he's it's kind of funny because he's basically supposed to be playing like an action hero. It's almost like a stereotype of an action hero because he's an actual stunt guy. So when he's fighting all these guys, he's doing, you know, stuntman work to fight them off, which is really cool. But I would also say there's really only... It felt like there was kind of one big move per fight scene that he did related to stunt work, where you're sort of like, you see that one move happen, you're like, yeah, this is why they made this movie, so they could do stuff like this. So I would have liked every move, theoretically, in the fight scenes to be, like, specific to what you would imagine a stunt guy would be doing during a fight scene. But, like, sometimes it is good to just have that goofy action of him, like, what was it, picking up a wine bottle and smacking a guy over the head and then tossing it and catching it in the other hand, smacking up another guy, like goofy stuff like that every action movie does nowadays. I don't really have a problem with it. Like, if things become tropes for a reason, like, people do goofy moves like that because it's cool to watch. So I don't have a big problem. I just would have liked a little more, is what I'm saying, of that stunt guy action move stuff. I really wish I did this review a little closer. I wanted to make a video on The Fall Guy. I just, like I said, I've been having a bit of a crisis of what my video should be like, so I didn't. So I can't remember too many specifics at this point. Emily Blunt was amazing in this movie. I haven't really seen too many movies I can think of where she's like an incredibly important character, but she absolutely kills it here. She was actually really, really funny. She was like corny in the way that the character was supposed to be without being annoying. Like, the dynamic between her and Gosling knocked it out of the park 100%. Absolutely bought them as a couple, absolutely wanted to see them end up together. It's, you know, it seems simple, but this is the basic stuff you gotta get down in these rom-coms. Sometimes they completely miss it. Like, that awful Jonah Hill movie where he's, what is it? It's like him and Eddie Murphy, and they're an interracial couple. I mean, he's not dating Eddie Murphy. He's dating Eddie Murphy's daughter. They had to, like, CGI the kiss in that movie at some point because the two lead actors just did not get along whatsoever, and they didn't want to kiss each other on camera. Like, that's ridiculous, bro. Why are you making a rom-com if the two actors can't even stand being in the same room? Obviously, they're not going to have any chemistry. So Gosling and Blunt have incredible chemistry, and Emily Blunt just sort of on her own in the scenes when they're separated. She's also doing a pretty great job. She used to, like, sing a karaoke song. She actually did a pretty good job of that. She had to, like, cry during it. Did a good job crying as well. That's really, I think this is my weakest point of my reviews, is critiquing acting. I kind of either like the acting or I don't. It's pretty on or off. I'm not very good at elaborating. But here, I don't think anyone was doing a bad job. I happen to be a pretty solid Winston Duke fan. He does a pretty good job. He felt just a little bit weak. I really think that was down to him not having too much to work with. I think in general, the script was sort of like letting the actors do their thing. And so for him, since he didn't have much to work with, he wasn't playing as much of a character as some of these other people. His performance came out a little bit weaker. Like, what was it? Aaron Taylor. Who is it? He was playing the actor that Ryan Gosling stunt doubles for. Hold on. Wow, where is it? Tom Ryder. Aaron Taylor Johnson is Tom Ryder. He had like 5 lines in this movie. Dear God, did he kill it? Oh my God, he imbued that character with so much personality. That's what I'm saying. You immediately knew what they were going for with that character the moment he stepped onto screen. Because the actors were just embodying their characters so strong. Like, you could really, they felt one and the same. It didn't feel like I'm looking at, Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. It's like you feel like you're watching these characters, and that's what a lot of these big, I feel like it's a mix of Hollywood celebrities starring in blockbusters and just blockbusters themselves sort of miss nowadays. A lot of times it feels less like you're watching these characters and you're watching these actors play an archetype. My favorite example is, like, a lot of people look at World War Z and they don't go, oh, it's Jerry Lane. Oh yeah, zombie apocalypse hero Jerry Lane. They go, Brad Pitt in a zombie movie. That is sort of the way I sum up a lot of Hollywood acting nowadays. And it feels like in this movie they sort of break free from that. I see Aaron Taylor Johnson, I'm like, Tom Ryder. It's a real character. So for Winston Duke, when his character's just kind of there a lot of the time, to be Ryan Gosling's, like, little buddy, it's, he really doesn't have too much to work with, and his character just sort of felt a little flat, in my opinion. Not a big diss on him as an actor. I just think he had less of a character to play, and then at the same time he just generally wasn't doing quite as strong of a job as everybody else, because everybody was doing an amazing job. What else? I mean, the whole mystery here is relatively obvious. I think the very specifics of the reveal of, like, why Tom Ryder went missing, it's a little hard to predict, because they kind of just tell you eventually, and it's like, oh, okay. And it's something very in character, so I don't mind it, because you're not really here for the mystery, you're here for the action, the comedy, and the love story. So it's okay for the mystery to be a little weak. Obviously, it would have been better if it had some great mystery that really hooked you in. That's just not what they're going for. So I'm not really going to hold the movie to a high standard on that front. It's just, it's a serviceable mystery to keep the plot going. That's kind of all I wanted. It gives them time to focus on the importance of all the other aspects, like the action and the comedy, like I said, that they mostly nailed. Are you serious? That was a really unfortunate. Oh, God. Wow, that was tough. That would have been a big throwing knife if I'd made that. Big L. Big L. I thought Hannah Waddingham, I think this is the first time I've seen her in something outside of Ted Lasso, actually. She was, like, okay. Comparing her to Winston Duke is, like, she had a lot to work with, but she felt very one note, in my opinion. You could see what they were going for with her character. I just felt like she wasn't embodying it so well. I see why they cast her coming out of Ted Lasso, actually, as sort of a duplicitous, positive figure who's really working for the downfall of the protagonist. Because she did that job amazingly in Ted Lasso. It's just here, the character was just a little too silly for what I think she can pull off. She strikes me as a very, not an overly serious actor, but she has to play relatively grounded characters. in my opinion. So I feel like this sort of goofy caricature of a producer wasn't working too well for her. So I would say it was a bit of a miscasting rather than a poor performance, if that makes sense. What else? Weddingham. So we went over most of the main cast. Oh, the daughter from Everything Everywhere All at Once was in the movie for a little bit. That kind of caught me off guard because I finally just got around to watching Everything Everywhere All at Once. It was pretty good. My official review of that was a little too much, if you ask me. It was like most of the movie was really good, and then every once in a while it went a little too off the rails, and it just kind of lost me. Like the butt plug fight, like that was what was that? We did not need a fight of people trying to stick things up their butt so that they could hop dimensions or whatever. Like it's a little too much. But overall, great movie. She just kind of randomly popped up. I can't think of any other movies I've seen her in besides these two. She was very bland. Literally no notes about her. It was just kind of funny she was there. Actually, I shouldn't say it was funny she was there. Actors gotta act. Makes sense. She had another role outside of Everything Everywhere All at Once. It was just, when you sit in the movie, you're like, hey, they're from that show that I saw that one time. Okay, I just hit like 4 wrong buttons, but okay, continue that stretch of wrong buttoning. Let's see here. Alrighty then. Silly guy. What are you doing, silly Billy? Uh-oh. Do you have any other thoughts on the Fall Guy before we move on to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? I'm trying to think. Hold on, my dog wants to come in. Let me say hi to him. Actually, bad time for that. We're getting mogged. Ugh. Alright, now I'm checking on my dog. Betty. Blood's just running around my room. What's up, buddy? Now he's licking my legs. Ugh. Teddy, please. It's a little too much. Alright, there we go. Who's your good boy? God, I love dogs. They are truly one of God's greatest creations, are they not? Best are dogs with randomly human names, like Sheldon or something like that. Mike. Imagine naming your dog Mike. It'd be great. Hey, Teddy. Oh my god. Dude, we gotta repair this thing. Holy cow. I've actually never lost Onslaught before. It might happen this time. That was not a good round. Okay, didn't even... I should just save my upgrades anyway. What do you want, Teddy? Huh? You just want some love? I'm just giving him some pets with one hand right now. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the Fall Guy coverage. I can't really think of anything else. One more thing actually. I like when movies sort of have an anthem, like they pick a licensed song that's kind of that movie song. They use it in all the trailers, it comes up in the movie during a crucial moment. That's just one of those things about filmmaking I always love. It feels so creative to me that every movie sort of picks an anthem outside of their score. It's important for the score to be strong as well, obviously, but using I Was Made for Lovin' You, that was a good choice because it's a rock and roll song, but it's a love song at the same time, so it perfectly fits the movie. The cover that they used I thought was pretty good. All that type of stuff. Good choice. More movies should have anthems like that. I love that stuff. The corny cheesy stuff that we've sort of moved away from because everything in Hollywood's like, oh, well, we can't make it cringe. We don't want people to laugh at us. We have to make this serious and gritty. Not, that was a bit of an overstatement, but people like corny stuff like that. I feel like having an anthem like that for movies is a little corny, but it works. People like it, including myself. Please, more of that, please. Is this not... What do I have that's anti-barrier? This was anti-barrier, was it not? Am I going crazy? Yeah, okay, so that's it for the Fall Guy. I don't really think I have any other thoughts. Let's see. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So, I finally watched the entire new Planet of the Apes trilogy. Not just so I can see this movie, but just because everyone was talking about it. I kind of wanted to see this movie while I was in theaters. And I especially wanted to see it after watching the first three. I really respect how disconnected it is from the first three, because it's a sign of confidence from the studio that, not that they ignore the original movies, but that you could easily have not seen the first three movies and gone into this and gotten a good chunk of the story. It obviously helps to have some understanding of who Caesar is and what he did during those original trilogy, to understand sort of how the ape society has morally fallen since then, and how Proximus Caesar's clearly just stealing the words of Caesar and reshaping them to keep himself in power, when that's not at all what Caesar ever wanted. No, Teddy left the room. I thought I heard him barking or something. Weird. So yeah, great series of movies. Weirdly enough, the weakest points of all of these movies to me is the action. I feel like that might be a hot take. I really don't know, because most of the discourse isn't about the action, so maybe it's not a hot take. It's usually just about the characters. But in my opinion, the action in these movies is always pretty weak. A trend they did not escape with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Once again, pretty weak finale here. Even story-wise, the finale didn't feel too strong to me. I'm probably going to... I saw this more recently, so I'm going to be a bit more specific, more spoilery with this than I am for The Fall Guy. And also, I feel like the story for this movie, in broad strokes, is not important, but in the specifics, which I will be getting into, if you know everything that's going to happen, it defeats a lot of the purpose of watching the movie. Like, it's good to go appreciate the visuals and the performances and the motion capture and all that. But, like, if you know every little detail about what the characters talk about and whatever, it's going to make the movie a lot more boring on your first watch, at least. So, if you haven't seen it, maybe go watch it before you come back to the stream. But if you have already seen it and you want to hear my thoughts on it, please stick around. I would love to have you here. So anyway, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. What is with the orangutans always being the best characters? We had Maurice in the original trilogy, and I don't remember any of the characters' names, but except for Proximus Caesar. Now we have the new one here, and he's the GOAT, bro. He's the best guy. He understands the words of Caesar. He teaches the words of Caesar. He follows the words of Caesar. He treats the humans with respect. He's just a generally very chill guy. Great personality. You love to see it. Oh my god. We're not responding restricted now. Responding restricted's after wave 30 from what I remember. Oh, there was a big lag spike there. Strange. Oh, bring me back, chat. I'm gonna grab some of these motes so we can get the extra bonus points or whatever. Buzz off, Saboteur. Man, these things are starting to get a lot of health, actually. Oh, I don't have anything to deal with that. Break that weak spot. Break that weak spot. Ow. Oh, God. Put me down. Put me down. Okay, thank you. He actually listened to me. That was nice. Oh, dear God. Come on. He's so weak. Get out of my game. Okay. Sorry. Now I'm actually kind of locking in. I can't even talk about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Probably should have done that first when I didn't have to focus on the game so much. I actually ordered the Planet of the Apes trilogy on 4K Blu-ray so I could watch all the special features and stuff, and I want to watch Dawn of the Planet of the Apes again, so I really want to watch it in like ultra 4K quality. That just seems really freaking cool. Because everyone talks about how great Koba is as a villain, and I feel like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was the movie I paid the least attention to by far. So I like don't remember a lot of the specific. I just remember that one scene where he pretends to be like a stupid little monkey and then he steals the guns and kills those guys. Like that is an amazing scene. whoever wrote that scene, that is using your premise to your full potential, baby. It's like those one-off fight moves from the Fall Guy where you're like, that's what it means to have a stunt guy action movie. That is what I live for in cinema, when you use a concept to its absolute full potential like that. And I don't know, it just kind of felt like there wasn't too much of that in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It kind of just feels like at a certain point, they're hardly even monkeys anymore. Like, they're just sort of, they kind of, eventually they just start feeling like people in a society that's like very, you know, very new, like a newly developing society. The interesting part, I mean, the humans versus ape stuff is definitely still around. It's just, I feel like they didn't progress all that far past War for the Planet of the Apes. It really peaked with Woody Harrelson's line about how the reason he's fighting is because he sort of knows that no matter what now, apes are going to be the dominant species. So the answer is either get rid of all the apes or just allow humanity to sort of fall to be like this, what's the word? Not subversive. Man, I really cannot think of that word right now. Submissive? No, that's not it. It's on that path though. Subservient, that's what it is. Subservient species. It's like, on one hand, yeah, as a human, it kinda suck. Be a little, not be too fun, but on the other hand, you can't blame the apes for that. It's not their fault. They didn't create the virus. And now that they have that intelligence, you can't take it away from them or anything either. That's also equally as that's probably even worse than just killing them outright. That'd be crazy. So then now that we have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, where it's pretty much, it's outside of a handful of humans here and there, it's pretty much, we've swapped natural order. Most of the humans basically just act like animals, and all the apes are now smart enough to talk. Still relying a little bit on sign language, but mostly they just speak freely. It sort of just becomes, oh, look at this monkey, look at him doing cool adventure man stuff. It's like, it's satisfying the urge of like the adventure, like it's like the ultimate male fantasy. It's monkey plus not chosen one, plus like rising up to save his people from the tyrant king. But then like the monkey part kind of becomes irrelevant for the most part. The movie, the best chunk of the movie is when the main character is walking with the orangutan, and the orangutan is teaching him about the words of Caesar and how to be nice to humans and this and that. That is easily the best part of the movie, because that's really the only part of the movie that could only happen in a Planet of the Apes movie. Most of the rest of the movie could have just been people. You could have the Falcon Society. Most of that stuff could be people. Did they even ever explain why they're obsessed with the Falcons? Like, I don't really know, nor do I particularly care, which is a bit of a problem when the movie's emotional climax like hinges on you being excited that the main character gets the Falcon. But he already got the Falcon a few scenes earlier, like right before he decided he was going to rise up against Proxima Caesar. The Falcon landed on his arm, so it felt strange to save the big song thing for the finale, when it kind of felt like it already did its job right then and there. The Falcon plotline, I mean. Because by that point, when the Falcon lands on his arm, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm behind this kid. Like, I want to, obviously the whole time you want to see him defeat Caesar. But after that moment, you're like, he's ready. Like, he's gone on quite a journey. He's a bit more mature than he was before. He treats humans with more respect. He's learned more about what it means to be an ape also, and that what this guy is doing is wrong. He's ready to step up and take this guy down. So then at the ending being like, oh, look, the Falcon, he's helping control the Falcons with the rest of his people. It's like, I don't know. It's all right. It's cool enough, I guess. I mean, the Falcons taking down Proxima Caesar is cooler than the monkeys fighting, because like I said, the action is usually where these movies are at their weakest, so that was something new and interesting at least, but I don't know, overall, climax left a little something to be desired. Also, it definitely bugged me that during the climax they had to escape the flooding building when the building shouldn't have flooded. That didn't make any sense at all. Obviously, the first floor should have flooded, yeah, for sure. Like, right when the gates broke down and all the water was rushing in, that was a problem. But they only should have had to get, like, 15, 20 feet in the air. The water wasn't that much higher. It took up the doorway, basically, the giant hangar. So basically, everything above that giant hangar shouldn't have flooded based on just general physics up to like maybe another foot or two. And then they ended up having to climb all the way to the roof to escape the water, and I was like, that's not how that works. Especially when it's kind of important to what's going on in the climax, that the whole thing is flooding and they got to get out of there. I'm like, okay, well, you don't have to get that high, you just got to get up like a few feet. But they did have to get up that high because bad writing. I also didn't love the intro. The falcon hunting stuff was cute. I enjoyed the Stand By Me but with teenage apes type of thing, even though it only went on for like 10 minutes. It was a decent opener. It just was nothing too exciting, and it was a little too long in my opinion. I just feel like a lot of the movie didn't really hit me all that hard. It's because as good as the visuals were, they were nothing that truly, like, there was nothing mind-blowing visually, and if the emotions of the story aren't really hitting you all that hard, it makes the movie just feel a little bland overall. It's like you come out of it, you're like, yeah, it was good, alright, moving on. Because I came back and I was immediately, like, I come back from the movie and I'm immediately like, I would definitely rather watch any of the original three, you know what I mean, the first trilogy, than I would rather rewatch that movie. I mean, I came back from that movie and I ordered the original trilogy on 4K because I was like, yeah, if I want to watch it again, might as well watch it in the highest quality and see all the behind the scenes stuff and whatnot. Come on, buddy. There we go. The father dying definitely needed a lot more build up. It felt like the ending of the story wanted it to be that the main kid was now ready to take over as leader from his father. But on one hand, I'm torn, because on one hand it felt like the movie needs to get going a bit quicker because it's just so long. Like, that is a long movie, and it feels its length because it really is a journey, and you have to go on that journey with the characters, which is why it's so long. But on the other hand, it's just too long, bro. Like, trim it just a little bit. So it felt like I wanted them to shorten the ending, or they shortened the beginning because it was the least interesting and memorable part of the whole movie. But then at the same time, when their whole village gets attacked, I kind of didn't really care because it didn't really feel like I learned all that much about the village or have that much respect for the village. I didn't have too strong of an emotional attachment by that point, so I didn't really care all that much. That was really the problem. All right, what wave are we at now? 35? Oh my Jesus. God, Sunshot is so good. Like, I can only imagine how many Sunshot kills I must have gotten by now. This is ridiculous, bro. I cannot believe I've slept on Sunshot this long. Also, I don't normally play Hunter. I just kind of got the urge randomly. I was like, I haven't touched my Hunter in a while. Might as well make a solar build, see what it can do. It's doing good work over here. It's doing good work. Okay, I thought I got that in time. Oh God, wave 38. Okay, we gotta speed this up, chat. Oh wait, where's the zone I have to capture? I didn't even look. I just ran over here. It's not even here. Alright, here we go. Oh, he's got it. Well, at least he'll speed things up for us. God, like, that is crazy. Just bang, bang, big explosions. Makes my ape brain go burr. Just like Planet of the Apes. I've talked more about the original Planet of the Apes trilogy, actually. See, now that is a trilogy of movies where you can really feel the purpose behind choosing the director that they did. Actually, who directed Rise? Rise. Who directed Rise? I'm about to check that, actually. Hold on. Oh, no, not checking that when the Tormentor's here. Never mind. Lock in, chat. Oh, my God. Pop the shoulder. Please pop the shoulder. Pop, shoulder, pop. It's not popping. There we go. Hit him with everything you got, chat. Yeah, he's almost down. We got him. Cake. Easy as pie. Actually, the ADU didn't even take all that much damage. I just want to make sure this guy's healed. After all that. Also, I finally have a fusion rifle. That's great. I've been using shotguns all year. I just kind of assumed fusion rifles were still bad, because in my many years of Destiny, fusion rifles have never really been all that meta. But this year, apparently, they got some big buff at some point, and I just noticed everybody was using them, and I was like, alright, I'll get a fusion rifle. It's probably going to do me better than a shotgun, because I noticed a lot of my shotguns felt a lot weaker than they used to also. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe shotguns got a bit of a nerf, and fusion rifles got a bit of a buff, and it just kind of closed the gap between them. Anyway, I ran Vow of the Disciple finally, a couple of times actually, and I got a decent deliverance, so I like it. It's a good gun. No wait, this is the boss fight. I'm not gonna. All right, but yeah, with the I keep calling. I'm just gonna call it the original trilogy now that we have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. With the original trilogy, you could really feel why they picked the directors. Whoever directed Rise, they definitely had a more whimsical, fantastical approach to how they wanted to tell that story with the camera. You could really feel it with like the camera movements. What are my rockets hitting? They're definitely not hitting the boss. I can tell that. Wow, we get turrets in here? I didn't even realize that. God, it is quite chaotic in here. Okay. Holy. Don't let me die. Okay, wow, Sunshot is cooking these fools. Holy cow. Let's end this. Skia! Oh, dude. They killed him right before I could even hit him with my blades. That is not good. That is so unfortunate. Oh, yes! Forbearance, please. Give me something good, please. Vicious Assassin Rampage. I don't know if any of those are good. Nope. I need auto-loading. Give me auto-loading. Chain reaction. You cowards. RNGesus. Yeah, the first director, he did a very good job actually. That happens to be easily the most fun of the three to uh-oh. Well, we messed up. Big time. Shoot. Okay, well. Didn't really upgrade any defenses. That's not great. And then it was a bit of a, calling it a whimsical approach to kind of a dour movie at times is a bit strange. But if you actually watch the movie, the camera movements are pretty whimsical. It takes a bit more of a fantastical approach. It almost makes it seem like a biblical story in a way, more in a cutesy way. Whereas when you switch over to Matt Reeves for Dawn and War, it feels biblical in the darker way of like this is some horrifyingly evil stuff that like you would see in the Bible, whereas like the Rise of Caesar in Rise of Caesar and Rise of the Planet of the Apes feels like a more positive story of like the underdog hero rising up and leading a revolution of sorts. Wait, oh, there you are. But Matt Reeves' style it's not my favorite style, obviously. I mean, he's not my favorite director. I don't have any, that's not me saying like, oh, well, he's not my favorite. I mean, he's literally not my favorite director, but he definitely has a very strong sense of style that I really appreciate. He knows how to make things feel very realistic. Like, I know it's an overused term, but his movies can feel very gritty and grounded. But then at the same time, he knows when to let the stories have room to breathe and get crazy with it. Like, his two Planet of the Apes movies alternate between, like, genuine, like, awful post-apocalyptic survival and, like, Planet of the Apes, bro. Like, big, exciting, borderline silly stuff. Like the ape, no, kill ape. Koba, not ape. Like, that is, oh my god. Like, I know he didn't write it, but if you, the way it's directed with the camera movements and everything, there's a whole, you could see a switch flip in some of these scenes in his directorial style, and it is just immaculate work. Oh god, there was like nothing here that I just supered on. That's great. No! Okay. Oh, it's Sojo over. We're losing our ADU, aren't we? Yes! Well of Radiance, save us. I supered at like perfectly the worst time. Guys, just throw the balls right at the ADU. Heal him up, heal him up. Okay. Defense upgrades available. Thank God, bro. We didn't even buy this turret. Oh my God. Alright. There's another, oh my God, 6,000 to upgrade to max level? Holy cow. At a certain point, I think the turrets are better than the Shaxi Poo. Is this stuff ever going to get cleared out of the way? Like, the Lord Shax, I get it. It's got, like, infinite health. This one right here is incredibly useful because all the enemies are just going to stop at it and attack them while we can pick them all off. But overall, like, when you're swamped, you need the turrets helping you clear stuff out. Like, even if it's just killing some little trash ads everywhere, like, any little bit helps to keep the fire off of you. Whew. Oh, baby. They're coming in hot. I'm confused about how this melee works, because sometimes I get it back. I usually get it back, but sometimes I get it back twice in a row, and sometimes I get it back once in a row. Like, I can refill it once. Sometimes I can refill it twice. I gotta look at those perks. Because like I said, I literally just made this build, like, 2 seconds before recording, so... Bop. See? Like, right there. Took out that drag from me. Thank you, pal. And it lets me know where they're coming from, because I can see where they're shooting. And I can just start dumping damage into there as well. Very helpful. Oh my God, dude. Holy cow. I have a feeling this Blade Barrage is about to come very in handy when these enemies just keep... Ugh! Pounding us. Oh! Okay. Well, happens. Seriously? Seriously? Oh no, I got one of them. Seriously? Should have killed him. Get out of here, boy. Oh, also, killing off the new orangutan, that was weird. I don't know why they did that. I definitely didn't think he died. I looked over at my dad and I was like, he's definitely coming back later, right? And my dad was like, yeah. I come out of the movie, I texted all my friends who'd seen it already. I was like, did you guys actually think the orangutan died when he did? And they were all like, no, I thought he was going to come back in the finale, but he just didn't show up. I kind of forgot about him. I was like, yeah, me too. Weird. So that's definitely not what you want to hear after the death scene of one of the main characters. The fan favorite character. I mean, I remember him way better than I remember the main character of the movie. And yet he kind of just dies. It's a little unceremonious, in my opinion. That, to me, that is genuinely just a failure of the director above anything else. That you're genuinely killing off this great character, like, for good, and it really doesn't feel like it. It felt like, oh my God, it reminded me of when Master Wu, quote unquote, dies during the Lego Ninjago movie when he gets washed away by the river. It's basically the same scene if you go watch it back. And obviously Master Wu comes back because Master Wu is built different. Okay, I wasted my melee by accident. Dude, I can't even afford any upgrades. We're just gonna... Why not, bro? Better than nothing. Oh, 5 more waves. Okay, lock in. Lock in. Whew, we got this. We got this. Alright, it's go time, boys. This is it. This is for all the marbles. Do you get a guaranteed shiny at the end of a 50 bomb? I don't think you do, but I'm going to imagine that you do. This is for all the shinies. Also, I know nobody else calls it a 50 bomb. That's like when you drop 50 kills in a Fortnite lobby or whatever, but I like calling it a 50 bomb. I think that's fun. Oh my God, dude, we're getting mogged. Holy cow. A little stasis wall would have been really nice right there, actually. All the slowing mines. Holy moly, bro. Bonus objective. As long as we don't get a Tormentor, I think we're going to be just fine here. Wave 48, dude. It's already almost over. I say that, and the ADU's at half health, so let's be wary. Okay. Oh, shit. Get out of here. Oh, God, that is unfortunate. Really inopportune time to die. Okay, now it's fine. We're back up. I'm gonna collect all these for the boys. Okay. Okay. Dude, literally just throw every battery right at the... Yeah. Here, give me this, give me this. Spike mines. Okay, just gotta go dismantle those. We gonna be just fine. Man, this really isn't doing all that much damage here. Okay. Screw it, just rock it. Okay, these are it's in good health. Let's get this. Jesus Christ. I should just blade barraged. Alright, it's fine. We're alive. It's fine. Oh, we're dead. It's fine. Cleared the zone. How much longer do we have on the other zone? Somebody please go get the other zone. Did we get... No, we didn't get it. We have 20 seconds. Okay, move, 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 move. Super. Or rocket. Super. Let's go get the ADU. Oh, its health is genuinely falling at a rate. Okay, mountaintop time. Mountaintop time. Boss battle time. Did I get a good mountaintop at least? Well, I don't know. What's my postmaster? That's a lot of edge transits. Well, oh, auto-loading, destabilizing. I think, is that it? No, no, no. You want, what is it? Recombination or reconstruction? You want the one that gives you all those extra rounds in the mag. And destabilizing rounds. We'll see in a minute. Please do not start this encounter before I rally. I will kill you. Please, 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 please. Okay. We got this, guys. We got this. Big final boss here. Lock in, chat. Lock in. Let's do this. Open strong. Is there going to be like the well augment? That's what I'm trying to save my super for. Yep. Alright, whatever, bro. Just throw it. Just burn him. Just burn him. Sit in the well of radiance. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this before it gets nerfed. Dang. Oh, we got this. Easy. Oh, now he's pushing. It's over. It's already over. Big W. Dude, I usually remember that final boss room being pretty tough. I've only done a couple of these 51s, though. Oh, falling guillotine and forbearance? I haven't seen destruction on a scale like that since... Well. Look at all those drops. Holy mother. Oh my god, bro. I just got like 30 weapons. Holy cow. God, what a great way to end an activity. I mean, it's worth it. You had to do that for an hour straight. How many kills? 5? Dude, holy cow. Oh, Onslaught. What an amazing activity. Should I number the Fall Guy? Oh, chain reaction. Alright. Interesting. Do I give the Fall Guy and Planet of the Apes number? Fall Guy is a 7.5, ever so slightly above average. Weekending is certainly a little bit weak, but the rest, it's a 7. That's a 7. Fall Guy is a direct 7. It's about average. Good stuff, bad stuff balances out. Good experience. Kingdom of Planet of the Apes. I feel bad giving it lower than a 6, but I'm vibing with a 5. We're gonna give it a 6 point. We're gonna give it a 6 for the technical achievement of that film. But like, the story leaves a good amount to be desired outside of that middle chunk with the orangutan. Anyway, that was a nice stream. Haven't done one in a while. Hope you guys enjoyed. And have a good day.